This is it. This is where we started.
It is it.
1,500 square feet, 12 tables, six people. 1997 was when we opened, October 15th.
And it's an American dream.
An American dream with humble beginnings. After losing nearly everything during the 1980s Texas financial bust, Tony and Kathleen Phelan moved their two young sons to Southwest Florida. To make ends meet, Kathleen worked as a teacher in Collier County, while Tony worked odd jobs, including waiting tables.
It was interesting being a successful restaurateur and then losing everything. And it was very humbling. One morning we woke up and as Grant told you, my car was repossessed.
But that wasn't the only blow. A few years later, Tony was diagnosed with metastasized prostate cancer, given 2 months to 2 years to live. He took $7,000 his brother gave him for cancer treatment and instead used it to lease a small restaurant in a strip mall between a pet store and a beauty shop.
I said to him, "You're crazy. I don't want to open another restaurant. You're going to die." My brother was in high school at the time. My mother was a school teacher at Gulf Coast. I was in college. We didn't have any money. And he said, "Well, I already signed the lease on this little 1,500 square foot spot in the center of Bonita Springs." I wanted to spend time with him because I didn't know how much time was going to be left. And when he showed me this spot originally, I said, then I thought he was even crazier than I did before.
You're the glue that keeps everybody together.
My mom was the hostess, and she was the. She worked, if I remember correctly, the days as a school teacher. It would pain her to have to stand here and host us, but she would do it because that was what we had to do as a family.
Kathleen, did you think he'd lost his mind?
Yes, I did, especially since he had been diagnosed with cancer several months before that. And
do you mind anymore?
No. It all turned out very, very well, yes.
I think it's a part of our cure.
Kathleen came up with the name Pinchers. Tony and Grant built everything in the restaurant by hand, using materials they pulled from dumpsters and trash piles. Their 12 tables, they were old pallets. They're still in use today at Pinchers Bonita. The wall decorations, made by Tony in his garage.
I didn't have money, but I had time. And so we did not, when we built this place, we did not have to buy one tube of flour.
The original space is now called Petars, but the new owner kept some of the original Pinchers.
We built this. This is the original shack. It had metal coming off the sides of it, and that's where the name Pinchers Crab Shack comes in. And we built that because we needed the storage on the backside here. And then we had a big 3-door walk-in cooler here, but this tiny little space would produce all the food for all of Pinchers. The cooks would cook on the fryers right here, and there would be 3 of us on this side. It was a 3-man line with 1 in the expo. It was chaotic but fun. It's really amazing to think back how much stuff went on back here. Yeah, that's right. It's really surreal to think back of all the fears, just living life to the fullest, enjoying every moment with my dad, and getting to learn from him all the time. It's just unbelievable. And then to be so blessed that he's still here with us today. And why? I don't know. I can tell you, I think the reason that he's here is because of this restaurant that we're sitting in right now. I think this restaurant gave him the motivation, and it was God's way of saying, "You're very talented. Go out there and start something new again." And this was just the opportunity that he grabbed onto, and he's been running with it ever since.
20 years later, the family, operating Phelan Family Brands, has 12 Pinchers locations from Key West to Tampa, plus Texas Tony's Rib and Brew House and Deep Lagoon Seafood and Fish Market. There's no sign of slowing down.
There's no mountain we can't climb. We can do anything in this world together when we all work together as a team. And that's what has driven us for the last 20 years. It's what will be important for us a day from now, 5 years from now, and 20 years from now, because those are the things that build success.